While you were still running the place, Goldman dipped its toe, let's say, into crypto, clearing Bitcoin futures and exploring custody. Were you supportive or reluctant regarding crypto at the time?
Well, I just took note of the fact that a lot of bright people think it has a bright future. I'm telling you, I have whole foot and four toes into the old world, and it's not something that I gravitate to, and I can think of a lot of reasons why it won't work. But I remember when they were auctioning off spectrum for cell phones, and say, well, why would anyone need a cell phone? All you do is you pull up to, you drive in your car, pull up to a phone booth, and dial a phone. Who would carry that clunky thing? And the point is, there are a lot of things in this world that have worked out awfully well, and the success of crypto may turn out to be one, even though I could see huge disadvantage. We could talk about a medium of exchange that fluctuates so wildly, and something is safety, and yet you can hack it and you can never find. There's a lot of things that are obvious. People talk about the blockchain, but there's limits to the technology, how many things you could process. There's a lot of things that may be overcome. But one of the things where I think governments will be very hostile to it is in this. Look, I lived with the requirements of anti-money laundering rules. I think the official sector wants to know who's getting paid. We want them to know who's getting paid. That was the whole outcome of 9/11 and the World Trade Center bombers. In crypto, you can't tell whether you're paying the North Koreans or Al Qaeda. So you have to add that in. Other issues come. Do you really want a competitor for the top? There's a million reasons why not. And yet, despite the rhetoric, despite the crushing of the commentary, despite the existence, everything I'm saying is not new. It's out there. It doesn't go away. And so we didn't speculate in it. We didn't adopt it. And if our clients want to do it, we want to be in a position to help them do it. And in the back of my mind, this one may be one of the 1,000 things that I never in a million years thought would work, and it may work.
You sound, for somebody who used to run a bank, pretty constructive about crypto.
I'm open to it. Look, I ran a bank and I ran at risk. And you can't be closed. You have to separate fact from opinion. Nobody knows, nobody knows the future. I mean, there's all sorts of things. There's a lot of things that move in directions that I couldn't and wouldn't have anticipated, and no one else would have either. So to just come out and say that a market that's already in excess of $2 trillion, that faces all these regulatory headwinds, that a lot of people really don't like and would enjoy seeing crushed, somehow managed, it doesn't, every day it doesn't look like it's flourishing, but on no day has it recently looked like it's dying.
Do you own any? Do you own any crypto?
No.
You know Gary Gensler, the SEC chairman, well. He was a partner at
Well,
Goldman
I used
Sachs.
to know him well, but
Sure.
I don't know him nearly as well the last 20 or so years.
And knowing what you know about him.
He's a smart guy. I hear him on TV. I follow him. I think nobody is going to outwork him or be better informed than he is about the things about which he has authority.
Do you have any
Period.
idea what he might do about crypto regulation? Any
No.
thoughts on where he might go with it?
Other than what he declares that it's something that needs to be regulated, because it's a whole swath now. It used to be little, now again over $2 trillion in it, and you can't have that can't be the only thing where it's buyer beware, where it's the most Wild West cowboy, and if something goes missing, nobody knows who took it, and so there has to be regulation. And I think the other point he makes is absolutely correct. The participants in that market should want sensible regulation, because it will legitimize the market and provide safety nets, so even old fogies who have no interest in this stuff would feel, maybe I'll take a little bit of a stab in and feel more comfortable at it, because there's some regulation and there's some background, and the people are being held. People who are platforms in this space are actually being held to the performance they're claiming to have.